Hey guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. Got some more NBA player props for y'all here today on PrizePicks. It is Tuesday, March 28th, Taco Tuesday at that. If you guys are unfamiliar with PrizePicks, every Tuesday is called Taco Tuesday. They give out some discounted player projections for different categories. They'll kind of just spread them out throughout the day, so keep your eye out for those. Most of them are worth taking a look into. So before we hop into today, let's take a quick recap of how awful yesterday went for us. Brandon Ingram, we took the over on his 33.5 points and assists. Even with that blowout, we almost got there, but didn't. Bottom line is we didn't. Kawhi over his 33.5 points and rebounds. He didn't quite get there for us. He just had a very not Kawhi game, but didn't get there either. And then we took Chris Paul over his 4 rebounds, and he ended with 3. So terrible day yesterday. It just seems like it's been coming and going. If you want to look at trends, like yesterday was awful. The day before that was a sweep. The day before that wasn't so hot. So if that remains true, we ought to do pretty good today. So fingers crossed. Let's see, with the help of some tacos maybe. So I've actually got 4 picks for y'all. 2 of them I really like, and then I'll give 2 more at the end that are kind of leans. I just really want to make everybody aware of them because they kind of got my attention. I started, I'm on the fence. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet. Like I said, I might throw them in as a flex, maybe with a taco. I'm not real sure yet. But anyways, let's hop into it. First one, and these are all going to be full games. They don't have anything for OKC up yet, and I want to take a look at what they've got for Shea and Josh Giddey in the first half, but it's not up yet. Just double check on that. That is not up yet. Okay. Nothing up yet for there. Okay. Anyways, won't waste any more time. First one's going to be Wendell Carter Jr. And we're going to take the over on his 15.5 points right here. And he's going up against Memphis tonight. It's a 230 over-under. They got Memphis by 7. DK does have this juiced over at minus 135 to go over 15.5 points. Take a look at the matchup real quick. Memphis, in the last 7 games versus this center position, Memphis, we take a look at points. They sit right here at 5th most. Bump that back to the last 15 games. They jumped right up here to 4th most. The last 30 games, they kind of sit more right here at the middle of the pack. That was kind of when Steven Adams was still in. He's been out for 28 games. So that had a little bit of him in there still. But anyways, here lately, they've just been giving up a ton of points to the center position. So that's kind of why we like this pick a lot. And we take a look at his rap sheet, though. He's going to go over this 4 of his last 5, just barely clearing it on 2 of those and barely going under it on 1 of those against Washington. Take a look at his last 10 games. He's going to go over this 8 out of 10 times. Now, keep in mind, like I said, 4 of these, just barely. The 2 that he goes under, but just barely. It's not like he's having awful, terrible games where he's putting up less than 10 points. So he goes over that. So that's going to be the first pick. Now, just really quick, I don't mind the rebounds because if you just based on opponent here, because if you also look at the rebounds, Grizzlies give up more rebounds than they do points to the center position. So you see that second most rebounds in the last 15 games, last 7 games. Where'd they jump to? Okay, so they fell down here quite a little bit. Anyways, though, you kind of get the gist. The rebounds aren't terrible. I'm not going to touch it. So I'm just going to stick to his 15.5 points. He's hit it 8 out of 10 times, and the Grizzlies like to give it up. So I've got him going over that. It's going to be the first one. Second one is going to be Darius Garland. So Darius Garland right here. Going to go over his 28.5 points and assists. He's going up against Atlanta tonight. 235 over-under. They got Cleveland by 1. So really, really tight game here in a really, really fast-paced, high-scoring game because we all know how fast the Hawks like to play. Cleveland's on the opposite end of the spectrum, but the Hawks love to play fast, and it is usually a shootout. The juice is on the over this, minus 135 for him to go over 28.5. Take a look at the matchup real quick. In the last 7 games, versus this point guard position. We're looking at the 7 most points given up right here by the Hawks. And then we take a look at the assist right down here, 10th most assists given up. So both are in the bottom 10 of the league right here. And we take a look at his rap sheet, and he is going to, in his last 15 games, he's going to go over this. Let's see. He's going to go over this 8 of his last 15. So that's not super impressive. That's like right at 50%-ish right there. So not super impressive. But what we want to look at is he played Atlanta on February 24th, and he puts up 35. That's right here. He puts up 35 points and assists, 33 points, 2 assists. He plays them again back in November. Puts up 35 points, assists again. He got 26 points and 9 assists that game. So this year alone, he's been doing really, really well against Atlanta. So that's kind of really why we like those as well. So like I said, this one, not so much his game log. You see he goes over his fair share of times, but it's just more so his track record against the matchup tonight. He's done really, really well. Why stop now? Playoffs are just around the corner. So that's going to be the second pick right there. I'm going to take over on Darius Garland. So that's the 2 picks I really, really like. Let's bump over to the 2 leans real fast. It is going to be Al Horford, and it's going to be his 3 assists. So, again, this is a center doing, assists, not something we typically take, but, I'll show you why I like diving into this. DK has this juiced heavy minus 165 to go over 2.5. So this, I like the push potential right here. If this goes to 3.5, I hate it. I only like it at 3. And he's going up against Washington tonight, pretty beat up Wizards team, 224 over under, Boston by 11.5. That is the only reason I'm iffy about this play. If there was any question that he was going to play a full game, I would absolutely jump on this. But the pick to get blown out, it's more than likely going to happen. It's just, can he get us 3 or more assists in 3 quarters is typically what you're looking at in a blowout. There's about 3.5 quarters. So can he get it there? That's the only reason I'm iffy. The last 7 games versus the center position, we are looking at assists to the center. Washington's giving up the 4th most. We just bumped that back the last 15. They drop a little bit to the 12th most. So it's not terrible. Like I said, we take a look at his game log really quick. He's going to hit this. Let's go right back. He's going to hit this 4 out of his last 5. So like I said, 3 is the number to get here. He's going to go over this in 4 of his last 5. And in his last 10 games, he hits or better, or he pushes or better 9 out of 10 times. He hits it. He goes over 6 times with 3 pushes. So, his last 15 games, he goes 11 pushes or better. So 11 out of 15, we're looking at getting this. And even with a little bit of blowout potential, he has some games in here that, like right here, San Antonio, 22 minutes, he clears it. 29 minutes, he clears it. 27 minutes, he got 0 there. 27 against Portland, he clears it. So you see some right here, 24 minutes against Portland. So some of these he is getting pulled early and still getting these assists. Like I said, it's just so, I got burned last night on Brandon Ingram, him getting pulled early. So that's kind of why I'm going to be a little more timid today. I'm still going to give the play out, but as a lean, like I said, maybe throw it in in a flex or something like that. So that's going to be that one. Over 3 assists for Al Horford. The last one is going to be we're going to go Pascal Siakam, and we're going to take a look really quick at his 5 assists. So DK has this, they have it at 4.5. Juice on the over at minus 145, hence why PrizePicks went ahead and bumped it up to 5. I don't mind it at 5. Like I said, I'm going to give you the pros and cons of it here. He's going against Miami. It's a 219 over-under, Toronto by 3. So it ought to be not super high scoring, not super fast pace. These are 2 of these slower teams. We take a look at pace. Miami's the 4th slowest team, Toronto 7th slowest, and that's pace per game ranking this season. But we dig a little deeper on this. in the last 7 games against this power forward position, we look at assists. Miami is giving up the this is last 15 games still. So Miami is giving up the 3rd most assists to that power forward. Last 7 games, they are giving up the most assists to the power forward. So I mean, that looks really good. It's hard to go against that right there. But if we take a look at his, right, so his track record, he goes over it 4 or 5 times. Only once right here against Washington did he not go over. Go a little deeper. His last 15 games, 10 of 15 times with 7 hits on the over and 3 pushes. Has played Miami twice this year, put up 6 assists and 9 assists, so cleared it both of those times. The only reason I have this as a lean is because of how slow-paced the game is going to be. Now, of course, Miami does have Bam and K-Love down low. Even Jimmy Butler is going to be on him. So I do think he's going to be dishing the ball around a lot. He's got OG and Fred Van Vliet that he can get the ball to. So I see them trying to attack more from the outside and just hoping their big guys can grab the rebounds and dish it back out. So I'm really hoping that that's what happens, and he does exactly what he's done the last 10 of his 15 games, the last 4 of his 5 games. So like I said, that's going to be the last one right there. If they post any more, of course, as always, as I always say, I'll try and get a second video out in time with y'all for y'all to see it and get some picks in if y'all like them. But for now, like I said, these are going to be the 4 plays. I really like Wendell Carter and Darius Garland. Al Horford and Pascal Siakam just kind of leans, like I said, maybe throw them in a flex or something like that. Again, you guys, like I said, I'm just trying to get this in front of y'all, not telling y'all to do this. Please do your own research. Do all this stuff at your own risk. But, besides that, we are really looking for a bounce back tonight. So good luck, everyone. Let's cash. Let me know in the comments what you guys are looking at doing. Slap that like and subscribe to the channel. Later, guys.